Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Girls Who Like Hoops podcast. I'm Tori. Welcome to episode 5. Really excited to be here. Can't believe you guys are actually listening to me talk about basketball, but also that's super exciting. So like and subscribe, get in the comments, share it, whatever you want to do. I really appreciate it. I also enjoy talking to you guys in the comments, so keep that up if you're into that. If you're listening on audio on some other podcast platforms, please follow me to stay up to date on new episodes of this podcast. New episodes are out every Friday around noon. And this is just a really great time, and I really appreciate you guys for listening and watching. It really means a lot to me. So, big heart. Thanks, guys. First of all, I forgot to mention that Toronto is getting a team. It just slipped my mind, but I'm so excited for the expansion of the WNBA. It's been so cool to watch it grow and to even watch like so many new viewers come into the space, and it's been really interesting to see the conversations on the internet, and I'm just excited for the WNBA. This season has been so fun off rip. I think for the most part every team has played around 6 games, and all of them have been super competitive and exciting to watch, and I'm happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here and yapping and building a little women's basketball community here. So thank you guys for following me here or following me on my TikTok if you came from there. I really appreciate it. I'm having a really great time with this. So it's a great time to be a woman talking about sports. It's a great time to be a woman in sports. It's a great time to be a woman plus sports, but also just the woman. Anyways, that's besides the point. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it cute. We're gonna keep it quick. First order of business, Unrivaled. A league that's being started by Breanna, Stewart, and Napheesa Collier. That's honestly, like, just the idea of it, of what it is so exciting. It's kind of like going to be Queen of the Court style basketball, 3-on-3, 1-on-1. They're going to have, like, top players from the WNBA playing, and they're going to be offering what I've heard are the highest salaries in women's basketball. So that's honestly super amazing and exciting. They talked and released a list of their investors earlier today. I think it was like Ashton Kutcher, Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, and some other notable names. I'm going to put the picture up here, but I'm really excited for this. They've been doing a lot of interviews and talking about it. I just heard about it yesterday. I don't know how I didn't hear about it before then, but I'm really happy that this is working out for them, and I'm really excited to see what comes of this. And it's going to be happening in the off season of the WNBA, so it won't be distracting from the WNBA. Like, they're still very committed, and that was actually one of their goals, was to make sure that they stay committed to the WNBA. So it's going to be going on in the off season. So I think they said in January in Miami. So I think this is going to be really cool and exciting. And now, like, a lot of these players that had to go overseas to, make ends meet in the off season because their salaries maybe aren't that high here. Now they don't have to leave the country to do that. And it's going to be super exciting. And like I said, this is a great time to be a woman in sports. It's a great time to be a woman talking about sports. It's just a great time to be a woman. So to the women out there, keep doing what you do. Also, to the listeners in Canada, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I see you. I see what you're doing, and I appreciate you. Also, you Americans, thanks. Canadians, keep doing what you do, though. Keep doing what you do. Anywho, we're going to get into it, and we're going to keep it cute. We're going to keep it quick. First team on the docket is the Seattle Storm, because I just really like them. This is the Seattle Storm stand account. Seattle Storm, if you're looking for a new employee, I'm here and available. What is there to say? Skylar Diggins-Smith, shot is falling. She looks great. I'm really happy for her. I knew that they just kind of needed to play together a little bit more, and once her shot started falling, that they were going to be in really great shape. And I've enjoyed watching the games that they've played. I watched their game from earlier tonight against the Fever, and they look good. I enjoyed their last game against them because I felt like their defense was really I felt like their offense was being powered by their defense. This game, they played good defense, but it wasn't necessarily on the same level. But I still had a great time watching, and I enjoy watching Nika. She's just really great. I really like watching the vets play, because it's just you can just see them like their mastery of the craft, but at the same time, you can also just see like the enjoyment that they have playing on the court. And actually, I'm going to be linking this interview in the description, but I ended up watching an interview from Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Nneka Ogwumike, and Ezi Magbegor the other day, and it was called like the Core Four in Seattle or something. And like I said, I'm going to link it below, but they ended up talking about like what made them all come here. And by them all, I really just mean Skylar and Nneka, what made them come here and kind of team up with Jewel Lloyd. And they kind of just talked about how they had always wanted to play together, but they never really like had anything in stone. It was always just kind of like oh, hey, like I hope we end up playing together soon at some point. Like it'd be really cool to do that. And I think even like their camaraderie between each other in that interview was really great to see. But also you can just tell that they're just here and they want to win. Like and they also at the same time they want to win. Yes, it's also like they want to enjoy playing the game. And I think all of them have definitely worked hard in this league and in their careers to get to the point of wanting to and deserving to enjoy their career and enjoy this, because all of these players, like, they dream of this moment, right? Like they dream to be basketball players and to be in the WNBA and play against the best of the best. And it's like you're here, and then, you know, you just want to be able to do that and enjoy what you're doing and enjoy the environment that you're in as well. So that was something that they definitely talked about. And they also talked about just, you know, like I said, wanting to win, but I'm really excited for this team. I feel like they have like a really great opportunity here, and I feel like they have a great coaching staff, and they've all just been playing together well, and I'm excited for what they're going to be able to do. Noelle Quinn, I feel like she's just a great coach, and they even talked about how great the organization is and how good it is to just be playing in an environment where, you know, you just feel the support of the people around you. And I love that for them. Like, I really hope that the Seattle Storm team, I love the Vegas Aces like so much. I would love to see them go against each other in the playoffs, though. I feel like that would be really fun to see. But I'm just really excited for this team. Like I said, tonight, Skylar Diggins, she finished well around the rim. She played some good defense. And I'm really happy that her game is coming to her. Like, you know, at the beginning, it was a little off just because she had been away on maternity leave, but I'm really glad that she's been able to get back in rhythm and she's enjoying just playing the game again. I really love that. They also just talked about how important the enjoyment of it is and how cool it is that the WNBA has grown to what it is today, and how they've worked hard for it to get to this point. So I just think that this is all around really cool, and I really enjoyed the interview. So definitely go check it out if you want to. Ezi Magbegor played really great defense today. I feel like she's just a really great center. I really like watching her play. And Jewel Lloyd does what she does. Nneka Ogwumike does what she does. Mercedes Russell came in there. She played some good defense, hit some shots. I love seeing that from her. I think Horston, amazing defense. Was over there stealing the ball. I love it. Vivian's played really great tonight. I saw the little conversation that her and Caitlin Clark were having. I think they both got texts. I like that. I like that aggression. I like that. But yeah, I'm really excited for this team. And for the last part of this, I do need to, and feel like I kind of want to address the conversation surrounding Nika Mühl. I like Nika as much as the next girl. You know, I think she's cool. I watched her play for UConn, and I thought she's very talented. Yes. I ended up seeing a clip of Coach Quinn kind of talking to the media the other day, and they asked her about Nika, and you know, she said she liked her. You know, she's passionate. She's a good teammate. She's very vocal. She likes that about her, all the things. I go look in the comments, and people are just, some of the younger, newer fans, I'm assuming, were on her neck like, you're saying you like her, but you don't give her minutes. And you can't like her that much if you don't play her. She deserves better. I hope she leaves and plays well without y'all. And I want you to know, if you're one of those fans, you sound crazy. I want you to know that you sound crazy. Unless a team is really like struggling and like they have no choice, or this player is just an absolute generational talent, the rookie's not seeing the floor. I'm sorry. JC Sheldon just started seeing good minutes from the Dallas Wings. Like, and before then, she wasn't seeing the court that often. Like, it's just a part of being a rookie. And that goes for the NBA. And I'm sure, well, actually, I don't really know too much about other leagues and stuff, but the NBA for sure, unless like the team is just struggling or, you know, they just have the opportunity to throw you in at the end of the game or like because, you know, they're up 30 or something. For the most part, rookies are going to be on the bench. They're not going to see that much floor time. And in Nika's case, yes, she's super talented. At the same time, though, she has like 4 very capable all-star level guards in front of her. And I think that she understands that. Like, she has even said, like, she has a lot to learn from these people. And I think that this organization really like has taken her in, and even when she was going through that visa stuff, like they really could have waived her then, and a lot of people were nervous that she was going to get waived after the situation that happened with the Aces this week. But I don't think she's getting waived. Like if they were going to waive her, the time to do that would have been with her visa struggles back then. Like it would have been a really bum move, but that would have been the time to do that. But I don't think that they're letting her go. I think at some point, you know, this core is a little bit older, and at some point you're going to have to start building up the next generation. And I think that her running like a second unit at some point in the season, or just, it's just really hard to be a point guard in this league, especially, and to be a rookie. It's just a combination of those things, I think. And I'm not worried about her playing time. I've just seen a lot of other people talking about it, and so I kind of did want to address it. And outside of that, like I said, I think Nika understands that she has a lot of stuff to learn, and that, you know, I think she trusts her coach. Like when the right time is the right time, she'll see more minutes. And I don't think that there will be a moment before then. It's kind of like that. It's one of those things where I think it's better for a coach to just like not put you in if they don't think it's the right time for you, and let you just sit on the bench rather than them throwing you out there just to do it. And because fans and people are begging for it, and then like maybe she doesn't play well, or maybe, you know, some mistakes are made. And then, you know, a lot of times that can lead to players like getting in their head a little bit and, you know, can affect their game. And I just think that it's better for the coach to decide when she should play. I don't think people like harping on it and getting in the comments and saying that she doesn't like her, or you don't really, she deserves better and all this stuff. I think we need to take a step back and calm down. From what I've seen this season, Coach Quinn has made very timely decisions. Even when it comes down to her challenges, she makes great decisions when it comes to challenging plays. For the most part, I'm pretty sure all of them have been successful so far. And secondly, even the way that she spoke to the media about Skylar Diggins at the beginning of the season not shooting that well, like she gave her a lot of grace on that. Like she'll get it, they'll get it. Like their shot selection, like they need to work on it a little bit, but eventually the shots are going to fall. Like they just need to get into rhythm, and I believe in them, was the message. And I think that a lot of the newer fans, you just have to have faith that the coach knows what she's doing. And I definitely do. I think I've seen no reason to question her this season at all. Like she's been a really great coach, and she seems to really like care about her players. And I think that the decisions that she's making are in the best interest of the players. So guys, calm down. Everything's going to be fine. I think Nika's going to be in this league for a long time with this team, and I don't think that there's anything to worry about. So if you guys could calm down on my good sister, Coach Quinn, I would really appreciate that. I would. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, you know, like I said before, like these players have dreamed of this moment to be playing pro basketball, and I'm sure she understands that all of this is about patience. At the end of the day, like nobody becomes a great basketball player. Nobody says, oh, I want to be a great basketball player, go to sleep and wake up the next morning being great. Like, no, it takes time. It takes constant practice and all of that stuff to get to the point of being ready and being on time for, you know, your moment. So I think she understands that. I think a lot of people understand that. It's more so the newer fans, you're going to have to take that in. You're just going to have to accept that. Patience is such an important part of, like, it's such an important skill in life in general. And you just have to be patient. Like, she has great teammates around her that I think believe in her, and I think that that's all you need. Like, she just is just gonna blossom at some point when the coach sees fit, and I have nothing but respect, and I think everything's gonna be fine. Like, sometimes y'all gotta chill out. Anyways, next team up on the roster is the Indiana Fever. Girl, let me just say this about the Indiana Fever. Coach Christie Sides is stressed right now. She is trying to stay on that damn payroll. Y'all have old girl shaking in her boots. I think that lady is in the Reddit thread. She's got to be in that Reddit thread because like some of the things that people were saying in that Reddit thread, they were like, she Coach Sides, she doesn't know what she's doing. She never fights for her team. She never fights for her players, and she went and got attacked this game. I was like, that lady must be reading them comments because I think she's scared for that job. Like, y'all are really trying to get that lady. Y'all trying to get that lady on unemployment, and y'all not right for that. You're really not. You're not right for that because I think that she's really just doing the best that she can. For the most part, what I've seen from the Indiana Fever is that they have great flashes of being great. The problem is when they do put together a string of good basketball plays and maybe they tie the game or they get it within 2 or maybe they even take the lead, it's followed up by like the clumsiest basketball you've ever seen. Like, it's followed up by bad shot selection. It's followed up by technicals. It's followed up by like poor defense. I don't know. Like, this team has something. I can see it. They have flashes of greatness. Caitlin is shooting well. It's just like everything has to come together. And eventually I think that it will. Like, even tonight, I know that they got their first win against the Sparks. I did not watch that game because I was out living my life and playing Skippo with my friends at the game night. We was having a good old time playing Pictionary and stuff. So I missed a couple of them games. But I went back and watched the quick game on WNBA League Pass that you can get right now for $35, $34.99 if we want to get really specific for the year. Like, girl, $35. Throw that 35 in there. Throw 35 at the problem, and you can get them quick games too. You can rewatch any game you want. Like, the WNBA League Pass is something that everybody should have. Honestly, everybody should have that. WNBA, hire me, girl. I'm putting in a lot of work. Unrivaled. If you need somebody, it's me. It's me. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I think that this team, they show a lot of flashes of greatness. They just have to be able to string it together. And I think losing Fagbenle, that's really tough at this time because they were really getting it. Like, they were really getting it together. Like, they were looking like a really great competitive team. There's never like a moment really in the night where they don't look competitive to me. I think it just comes down to like, just sometimes like it's like the shots don't fall. Like, I will see people taking these wide open threes, no shot falling. Lou Samuelson tonight against the Storm, her shot finally started falling after that shot was not going. It was not going for the longest time, but she stuck with it. And Coach Kristy, she stuck with her. And I can respect that. People really wanted Grace Berger to play, and because of the injury, she got to play tonight and she played well. I think people were very right. They were quite right to be like, hey, you need to play Grace Berger right now. Yesterday, actually, you need to play her immediately because she came out there and she played great. She played good defense. I feel like she gave some good offense, and I'm kind of surprised that she hadn't been on the floor before then, honestly. Kind of confused by that choice, but I know it was because Erica Wheeler wasn't playing tonight, but I don't know. I liked her on the floor. I would like to see more Celeste Taylor. Like, Celeste Taylor saw a minute and 40 seconds on the floor. Like, I would really like to see some more of them, like, especially when they're down like 16, 15, like, y'all not, I hate to say it, but like the Fever aren't at the point where they can come back from a down 15 and like actually be serious about it. So I feel like if you're down 15, 17, I feel like maybe you give Celeste Taylor and Victoria, you give them some minutes. Like, I don't know what's the harm in that, because sometimes I see players like Kristy Wallace, like, playing great defense, shot not falling. If you're looking for somebody who can play defense and maybe be able to help out a little bit more on the offensive end, maybe put in some of those people who are on the bench. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of confused. Like, I feel like you would want to see what every version of a rotation could look like while you're trying to find your identity in the team. And we don't see that. So Coach Kristy, if you are trying to look for how to keep your job, I got tips. Tips are right here for Coach Kristy. I'm gonna put like a little section for Coach Christie Sides. You can just quick. Anyways, I did watch some of the Sparks game from Tuesday. I fell asleep though because I was sleepy. But the loose ball foul and then the tech on the end of the first quarter from Caitlin, I thought it was a little sloppy. I won't lie. And also, I'm not gonna lie, not even to get nasty like that for real. Kristy Wallace, like I said, plays really great defense. And it's not just her who's not hitting these wide open threes, but like that night, I was like, these shots, it was really hard to watch. It was very hard to watch. Like, in my notes, I said, if Kristy Wallace hadn't hit that shot at the end of the second quarter, it was going to get nasty because why is she out on the floor? And that's not even, again, I couldn't go out there and do that, so not too much. Just a casual viewer saying this, so grain of salt at the end of the day. But I was kind of confused, like kind of perplexed. Like at that point, why don't we put Lexie Hall out there? Why don't we put Celeste Taylor? Why don't we put somebody else in? Like, it's just like the constant, like it's like she wants it to work so bad. And I will say, I think once their shot starts falling as the season goes, this is going to make sense. But as of right now, if the shot's not falling regardless, I see no reason why you don't give somebody else some run. I don't get it, but I'm also not a head coach, so what do I know? However, we do have, never mind. I'm not going to say that. Anyways, I have one thing to say though. During that Sparks game, there was a little halftime show thing that they did, and there was a couple, right? And they were doing like a deal or no deal with like 4 cases. And I remember like Tyrese Haliburton was like told them which case to pick or like which one he thought they should pick. And here's the thing. If they had lost that $500, they didn't. They won the $500. But had they lost, I want to know if Tyrese Haliburton was going to give them that $500 for being wrong. I wonder if he was going to do that. Because if that man was not seeing the pearly gates, I fear. If he had gave them bad advice and they only got $50, I actually would have been pressed, actually. I would have been hard pressed if I listened to the millionaire behind me help me pick the case, and now I ain't got $500 in my pocket. That man would have had to slide me $500, I fear. Anyways, when they played against the Storm, like I said, Grace Berger minutes great. Lou Samuelson's shot started falling, and I'm honestly really happy for her because it hadn't been falling and it wasn't looking that great, and you can kind of tell she was a little frustrated about the situation. But she hit like 4 of them, and she was kind of about to put them back in the game, but then Kristy sat her. Maybe she was just throwing the towel in at that point. I don't know. But I think at that point, if like she's going to hit the shot, let her stay in. Like, let her get some shots up. Let her see it go in. And then maybe even the next game, like she starts off hot. Like, some decisions that were made there tonight, I was a little confused. The text she got though, it was just funny to me because people in the Reddit thread had been saying she doesn't stand up for her team, for her players, and then tonight she was yelling at the refs. I just found that really funny. I was like, dang, that lady is in this Reddit thread trying to keep her job. Can't be mad at her. Can't even be mad at her. Keep your job. Keep your job, Christie Sides. I don't mind Kristy. There's an anti-reason why I don't mind Kristy, but I don't think she's a terrible coach the way that people says that she is. Like, it's only been 6 games, right? Or how many is that, actually? Because they've been playing a lot of games. 8, 9. It's been 9 games for them. It's only been 9 games out of 40. I can't call somebody a terrible coach yet. Like, and we're going to get into 2 other coaches that I'm side-eyeing right now, but I'm not side-eyeing Kristy. She really, like, she has a win under her belt, which is more than some other people can say. But I digress. Anyways, like I've said, I think their offense it's just oof sometimes. Like, wide open shots missed all the time. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, the offense, like, they just have to do better. Like, and really, like, sometimes the defense doesn't even look that great. Like, Alyssa Smith had a really great game tonight, but Caitlin shot well. It's just, you need more than that, though. So, don't know where that's going to come from or, like, what needs to happen there, but hopefully they'll make some adjustments, and I think eventually their shot's going to fall. Like, it just has to at some point. So, yeah. Anyways, on to the LA Sparks. I didn't watch too many of their games this week just because I was tired, bro. But I watched that Fever game, the one from Friday. I rewatched it, at least the first 2 quarters, because then I got bored and clicked off. So, my apologies on that. I'm going to be better next week, guys. I'm going to be better next week. But Brink, 3 fouls by the second quarter. Her verticality is better, and I definitely saw her, like, oh my gosh, what was I about to say? I definitely saw her contributing more on the offensive end this week, which I said last week. I think you just need more from her. I said she needs to work on that verticality, and you need to see her shooting more, and she did, and I'm really happy that she did. But I am happy that she was able to stay out of foul trouble and has stayed out of foul trouble a lot more this week. Rickea Jackson got her first start this season, which I think is really great. Lexie Brown was facilitating really well against the Wings, the game from Sunday. And even in that game, I felt like Brink was making better defensive decisions. One thing that I don't understand about the LA Sparks, though, waiving Monique Billings, in my mind, was a complete misstep. And we're going to talk about that more because y'all know this is actually a Monique Billings fan account at this point, because she's giving Dallas like amazing quality minutes. And I don't know how you waive her. Like, I don't get it. Like, my mind is confused. I don't understand. But I do like the Sparks team. I think that they're gritty. Like, they fight, Dearica Hamby, I think she's a really great leader for this team. She puts her head down, she goes to work. And even like against some really great centers, I really like her, and she's very talented. So I think the Sparks team is off to a good start. I really just think that you still need more from Zia Cooke. I don't know, like, what leap needs to be, like, taken or made here, but I don't know if it's, like, if she needs to shoot more, or she drives to the basket very well and typically makes her layups and stuff. I don't know, like, again, what jump needs to be made there, but I do think that you need more from Zia Cooke, And I think once you get Azurá Stevens back, I think that's going to really help. But I did like... I think her name is Yaru. I really like her. I think she's like the backup center. And some of the commentators, I'm not going to lie, some of the commentators I've noticed in these WNBA games have been getting a little loose at the lips. I've noticed that. I don't know why that is. Like, watch out now. Watch out now. But Yaru, they got a little iffy when they were talking about her, because I think they were talking about a shot she had taken. No, what happened was, I think there was like 2 defenders on her, like 2 or 3 defenders on her, and somebody had passed her the ball, and she went to shoot it, and she almost got it, but got fouled, right? So she went to the line, and they were like, I don't know why you would pass her the ball. She didn't have it. And I was like, whoa, now, not too much. Some of these commentators be getting real loose at the lips, and I don't be liking all that. I don't really liking all that. Keep it cute. Keep it cute up in that little commentator box. Because honestly, I think somebody had said something in tonight's game with the Fever versus the Storm. And they were like, Ezzy Magbagor got called for a foul. And then they overturned it. And one of the commentators was like, I didn't like that. It wasn't even that. It was actually... somebody took a charge. Jewel Lloyd took a charge. Yeah, that's what happened. Jewel Lloyd took a charge, and the commentator was like, I don't like that. And I was like, girl, what do you mean you don't like that? It was obviously an offensive foul. Some of them commentators, they swear they know everything, girl. Calm down and sit back and watch the game. Don't nobody trying to hear all that. I don't like that call. Did we ask? I know I didn't, and I know the man next to her didn't. He didn't ask, did you like that call? Because he didn't. she was over there yapping on her own volition. Anyways, I don't know who that lady was, but I don't be getting down with her because she the same one. I think she might be the same commentator who was over there talking about how grateful some of the players need to be for Caitlyn bringing so many eyes to the viewer. Listen here, lady. Pipe down. Calm that down. They be letting some of them commentators get away with anything. Just be up there yapping on the mic. And I get it. That's what you're getting paid to do. But damn, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Anyways, Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky. Sunday, I watched that not Sunday. It was a Saturday game. I watched that Sun game. I had to rewatch it because I told you I was out there playing Skippo. Literally all weekend. It was crazy. Chennnedy Carter, I've told y'all, I like Chennnedy Carter bad. Like, she goes out there and she plays hard on defense. I think she got 3 back-to-back steals. She's a problem. Gets the steal, runs up the court, beats her defenders for the easy layup. I don't know what more you could ask for. She got into foul trouble and fouled out that game, but she's an amazing player, and I think she does need to watch it on the foul trouble a little bit just so she can be in the game later on in the game, because I really think they would have won that game. It was a very winnable game to me, especially had she been able to be in the fourth quarter. But I really love seeing her play. Like, I said it once, I'll say it again. Like, I love her energy in general, but her defense, I love it so much. And it's so refreshing to see basketball players playing good defense, which is why I love the WNBA so much, is because they're so competitive on both ends of the ball and both ends of the floor, both sides of the ball. But I just really like it. I really enjoy it. And you just know you're going to get a certified steal from her. She's going to change the momentum off the bench. And like I said, she's just great. I literally have no notes for her. And I have to address the Alyssa Thompson and Angel Reese thing. I know this is late because that game was Saturday and now it's Friday. But I watched that little altercation, and I think boxing out somebody's neck is nasty work. I don't really know what more there is to say there. Like, I really, imagine jumping up and, physics, somebody pushing you back down by the neck, you jump up. That is crazy. Of course, she didn't grab her by the neck, but, it was like that. You jump immediately, that is insane. And Alyssa Thomas is, 6 foot down there, 6'4" or something. I don't even know how tall she is, but she's tall. Everybody on that Suns team is tall. And imagine being literally your head being at that height, and then when you get knocked down, your foot is up by her head. That is crazy to me. That was a nasty little play. I know she said, it's not like that, I think she did just get frustrated. I think that Angel Reese, I think that you've seen that with the Liberty and in this Sun game, that I think she has the ability to get under some of the players that she guards skins, or the players that guard her. I think she has this ability to get under their skin a little bit, because she's not going to give up on the play. And that's really what I think is so great about her game, and what I think the Chicago Sky really like about her, and why she gets so many minutes, is because she doesn't give up on those plays. She goes in for the rebound. She's going to go and box out. She's going to be up on you. You might hit the shot, but it's not going to be because she wasn't playing tight defense on you. It's going to be just because you're like that. I love that, and I love that energy. But I just think it was so crazy. There was one point Angel Reese was trying to box out, and it was something slight, but Alyssa Thomas definitely knocked her head back a little bit, and I didn't see that clip that much anywhere, which was what was crazy. So to me, it was she had really kind of been beating up on her a little bit in the paint, but nobody was really calling it. And what I like about Angel Reese is that, yeah, sometimes she would be okay, are you gonna call that? Are you gonna come on? You're literally seeing? I see you seeing this. But what I do like is that at the end of the day, she's not sitting there whining about it for that much of the game, And that's what I really like. She's just going to play through it. Like she said at the press conference, I'm not going to do that classy. No, I'm not having that conversation with she handled this with so much class. I'm not doing that. I feel like that is so, those are just the stupidest comments I've ever heard. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. Classy and not classy. What is that? What does that really mean? Anyways, but I think she handled the questions really well. Like she said, she's a vet. She comes in here to play hard and compete. Like, I don't expect her to like me. Like, it is what it is. Keep it pushing. We are here to play basketball. Like, I love that. I love that. Anyways, but Angel was looking at the officials throughout the game like, girl, come on. Are you going to call something? And on the flagrant, you could really say at the beginning of the action, I think she was going for a box out. But the second she went for the neck, and like, really what the problem was that she stopped at the neck. Because you could see her going for like the action of like going to box out. But it was like she just stopped up here at the neck. And there's just not too much else that can be said there. Like, I wish I could excuse it, but I really can't. Like, and really, it was like after the foul happened, it was like the walk away afterwards for me. It was like she knew she was wrong. Like, she knew she was wrong for that. And like I said, like, I want to defend the vets like all the time, but sometimes I really do. But like, we literally caught you in 4K. On rewind in slow-mo, and then they freeze framed it. Like, girl, there was no way she was getting away with that flagrant foul. Like, she was on that girl's neck. That is really crazy. I can only work with what you give me, and she gave me, like, it was just blatant. Like, that girl, like, her head even hit the floor. I don't know what there is to say. Just falling head first after somebody tried to box you out by the neck is insane. And there was zero remorse afterwards. Like, no little sorry. See, and a girl like me, I would have been sore for days. I would have been sore for days. And honestly, I might have swung. Not really, because I'm not a fighter. I never fought before, and I would never fight now, because now, you go to jail for that kind of stuff at this age, and I'm not going to jail. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I will say, I liked that the officials really took their time talking that over. However, I felt like they did take a little too much time, which is very contradictory, but I haven't loved the officiating this week. I felt like a lot of the officiating this week has been so slow. Like, they have stopped the game for like minutes at a time to discuss stuff, and I don't know. It was kind of low-key annoying. So, Kathy, if you're listening to this, I'm going to need you to talk with some of the officials about that. Like, I understand not making rush decisions. And what I do like about the WNBA that's different from the NBA is that I don't think that they tee people up too quickly. Like, I really do think that they really give them like a little bit longer of a leash. But at the same time, it comes with the good and bad on that. Like, you can't like always give teams and players long leashes, because they'll just start complaining all the time, every time. And anyways, but there's a happy medium and balance there. So, Kathy, maybe we need to talk about that. Maybe we need to talk about that one. I might email you. You know what I'm saying? I might send an email out. Anyways, I will say, Marina Mabury, she's nice. I don't know like what else there is to say. She plays really great and amazing. Sorry, this Mavericks game is on, and I need to look at it. Wow, 117-92. That is crazy. That finals game is going to be insane. Sorry, it was on my TV. I needed to see what was going to happen. But Marina Mabury gave you 23 points that night. She was 8 of 17, 4 of 6 from 3. And I think her beef with what is that girl's name? Dejanay Carrington. I love it. I love that competitive energy. I love that neither of them ducked the smoke from each other. I love it so much. All around, I think it was a winnable game to me. They had 5 players in double digits, and it really just came down to execution at the end of it. And, you're playing against a top-rated defensive team who's undefeated. So I really like this Sky team, though. I think they're very gritty, and they have a lot of passion. So I really like them, and I hope to be watching more of their games now, since I'm not going to have a job. So unless somebody gives me a job, WNBA, I'm looking at you. Anywho, next, on to the Connecticut Sun. I watched 3 of their games this week. I watched their Lynx game against the Lynx last Thursday. I just be on here trying to yap so fast. Girl, slow down. Damn. They had 3 starters giving you 57 points combined. I'm pretty sure that was Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, and Breanna Jones. Like, gave you 57 points. I don't think you can ask for too much more of that. And I really like the Lynx. But it's just like at the end of the day, I don't know how you stop you're not gonna win if 3 starters are combining to give you 57 points. Like, you're just not, unless you're like matching that, which they were not. Anyways, then the Sun played the Sky on that Saturday. Was that the same game? It was. But my thoughts on that for the Sun: Ty Harris, DeWanna Bonner, Brianna Jones, Dejanay Carrington. I don't know what more there is to say here. Undefeated. Like, their success, I think, comes from their size and their hustle. Like, none of them ever give up on plays. Like, every player has bought into not giving up on plays and playing good defense. And this is a very scary team to me. And I think the fact that they've gone undefeated at this point is kind of scary. But at the same time, it's kind of like it's hard for me because a team like Indiana has played almost 11 games in 20 days, or will be playing 11 games in 20 days, and they're only on their 6th. And so it's just kind of like, you can see where like some of the wear and tear is coming into like some of these teams already. Washington hasn't seen a win yet. I don't think that that's on rest. But we're going to get into that in a second. But yeah, like, I mean, they're undefeated for a reason. They're good. They're great. I'm excited for an Aces game against them, though. Like, I feel like that's going to be really interesting, must-see TV. DeWanna Bonner, when Alyssa Thomas got the boot, DeWanna hit some crazy shots, and that's a testament to her years in the league, being a top 5 scorer. I'm never not talking about that. Like, I'm going to bring that up every single time, every single week. I'm going to be talking about how DeWanna Bonner is a top 5 scorer in the WNBA. 19 points, 8 rebounds, ran the point for a lot of the second half and put the team on her back. Like I said, she was hitting some crazy shots. If you want to see them, go check out the highlights of the quick game. She played really well. Ty Harris gave you 15 points. I really like Ty Harris. Like, I can't really like explain why, but it just feels like anytime you need like a timely shot, a timely bucket, Ty Harris is right there to give it to you. Like I said, gave you 15 points. Dejanay Carrington and Brianna Jones combined for 32 points that game. And it was just really great game from them. They beat the Sky on the boards, and that was really it. I think it was a very like even matchup to me because the Sky are really scrappy and they really like play great defense and good offense. So they just beat them on the boards at the end of the day. And then they played the Mercury on Tuesday, which we're going to get to when we get to the Mercury. And Dejanay Carrington was really struggling at the beginning of the game, but, you know, things turned around. And it was interesting. That was a really pitiful showing from the Mercury. But next we're going to talk about the Minnesota Lynx. So, Lynx, they played Thursday against the Sun, like we just talked about. It was a 1-point loss at the end of the day, which I feel like is really disturbing. I feel like I'd probably think that if you're a player, you'd probably rather lose by like 5 or 3 or 7 or 10, not by 1. If I lost by 1, I would actually be sick as hell. But this team, I think, and I had noted this on Thursday and then later on, it's just so great. What they do. 1 point lost that game, and I said, but this team, I think, when Dearica Juhász is back, I fear for others. And I still fear for others. Like, Dearica Juhász is back, and I'm ready. I'm so ready for the Lynx. I'm so ready to see that team do great. I think the last shot by Kayla, it was just a little short. I think she hits that in, like, any other scenario. Maybe even if, like, they got one more day of rest, she hits that shot. Like, it was just a little short, but I really like what Kayla is bringing to this Lynx team. I love Napheesa Collier that game. She gave you 31 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. I have no notes for this woman. I love Napheesa Collier, okay? Unrivaled. Are you hearing this? I'm looking for work. Anyways, Courtney Williams gave you 19 points, 7 assists, I think, and 6 rebounds. Or it could be those two switched, but she played really well, and Courtney Williams have been playing really well over the past few games. Kayla McBride shot 45%, gave you 13 points. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be enjoying the WNBA right now. The links look great. I'm at this point, I'm an Aces fan, number one, always. So Aces, so put them far over here. And then Seattle, Minnesota Lynx. I love it. I'm eating it up right now. And then like the Wings, so like separate. So like we have the Aces and then we have Seattle and the Lynx, right? And then that's right there. And then like move over some more. Dallas Wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rooting for the Dallas Wings, but I need to see a little bit more before I'm like fully in there, and they're right next to Seattle in the Lynx. Anyways, Wednesday they played the Aces. They scored 24 points off of the Aces' 16 turnovers, which I thought was really great. At the end of the day, there's just no answer for A'ja Wilson. Like, y'all didn't give A'ja Wilson that MVP last season, and y'all will be feeling her wrath for the rest of the season. And rightfully so. Like, people was really getting nasty about that MVP award last year. And I'm not saying that Breanna Stewart wasn't great last year, because I like Breanna Stewart. I'm looking for work. I like Breanna Stewart. I think she's really talented, and I really enjoyed watching her play in Seattle when Sue Bird was still there. But like I said, like, you guys have given her nothing but reasons to be the villain. I heard she's going like 20 plus. She's the first player in WNBA history to go 20 plus points, and like double doubles in the first 5 games of the season. Like, I don't know what more there is to say. I'm trying to see who's about to get this Western Conference MVP, but while I wait, Collier didn't really have that great of a game, but I think she's been playing very well this season, so there's not like a reason for me to worry in my mind. It's not even that she played bad. It was just that like she didn't play to the level that she's been playing so far this season. But I think this team just struggled a little bit that night, and I think that's okay because you're playing against the Aces, but I'm really excited for this team. Kayla McBride wasn't shooting that great, but she helped them get back in the game with 2 timely steals. Courtney Williams played well, and I talked about Dearica Uhas coming back, but I think Cecilia Zandalazini, something like that. She came in there and shot 66%. She hit 4 threes when she came in the game initially, and I was like, that is crazy. That is really crazy. She played well that night. But yeah, I think we're seeing like the final formed version of this team. So I'm really just excited to see how they gel as the season goes. And I think it's going to be a really fun season for them. On to the Mystics. I said this on my TikTok the other day. I watched 2 games from them this week. It was the Mercury game. And actually, did I watch that game all the way? I don't even think I watched that game all the way through because I think I was just like, girl, I can't do it. But like for the Mystics, it's just really hard. It's just a really tough watch. Like, you can see that like they're playing really hard, and I know that they're in a rebuild, but like it's just I just don't know how people do it. I'm going to be so honest. Like, it's so hard to like watch and root for this team, especially knowing that they moved off of Natasha Cloud, and it's like you literally could have had a great point guard because Natasha Cloud is playing really great in Phoenix right now, and it's just like I know that they're down their Brittany Sykes, who was supposed to be their point guard, but it's just like you could have also avoided that by keeping Natasha Cloud on the team, and I think that somebody had ended up saying in my TikTok comments that they need vet leadership. And Steph Dolson is there, yeah. But I think they also need like more than just one vet in the locker room. And I think that having Deladon at this time would have been great. Having Natasha Cloud in the locker room to be a vet to this like young team, to these young players would have been really great and very useful and helpful. Still waiting on that Western Conference Finals, girl. They just be up there yapping. Anyways, like I said, really rough start to the season. They're 0-7 right now. The losses for this team are just really painful, honestly. I think they even could have, the first game of the season was very winnable to me. The Liberty didn't look great playing, so I'm kind of confused. I don't know. I think it's really coming down to the coaching, and that's all I'm going to say on that right now. Like, it's just really hard to watch this team because like they get so close to being something great and then they're just not able to get it done. Like, I don't really know what the answer is here. I can't even really put my finger on exactly what's going wrong in these games, because there are a couple of things that need to be tweaked, but they also have points where they look great, or they're in a game, they're tying the game. Like, they're not losing these games all the time. They're not being blown out every single game. Like, a lot of times these games are really close. But Carly Samuelson didn't have the shooting game that, like, we're used to seeing from her that Thursday playing the Mercury. Ariel Atkins, Julie Van Loo, Walker Kimbrough, and Shakira Austin, they gave you all of them gave you double digits. I just think they're missing a point guard, and they really need a facilitator. Luka is the Western Conference MVP. Anyways, but I don't know. And honestly, I don't really know if just not having a point guard is really the only reason that they're losing games. I don't know. I need to see it first. Maybe I'm just not seeing the vision. I just need to see it first. But they play decent defense. I saw some people say the coaching is bad. And again, I kind of just need to see more before I can say that personally. Like, I just need a bigger sample size. But a lot of people have said that he didn't really play basketball, and he really only got hired because his dad is like GM or something. And if that's the case, I guess DC will continue to struggle for more seasons ahead. Anywho, no shade. It's just hard to watch that team. Anyways, but they played against the Atlanta Dream, and I thought they were going to win that game. Not because I don't have faith in the Atlanta Dream. That's a separate conversation. But I thought it was going to be the team that they got their win, that they got their first win on, but they didn't. And I just don't know. Like, what the real problem there is. Anyways, on to the Mercury. They played the Mystics last Thursday. We were talking about that game already. Same 4 players. They're just that are cooking. Like, Kahleah Copper, I feel like teams, I don't know what the thing is. Watching people play defense on Kahleah Copper it feels embarrassing to watch, honestly. It feels extremely embarrassing. We're talking 20 points. She gave you 20 points. She's a certified scorer. I don't know what you need to do to stop her, but it's whatever the proper adjustment is there. It's not being done. Diana Taurasi gave you 20 points and 6 rebounds. I don't know how. Watching a young team let a 41-year-old drop 20 and 6 on them. Diana Taurasi is great. No knock to Diana Taurasi. I love Diana Taurasi. I think she's a really great player, and I enjoy watching her play. But as young people, you have got to just be on it. Like, you have got to be on her. Don't let her drop 20 on you. Natasha Cloud had to cook them. She ain't had no choice. She had to. You had to prove people wrong. 14 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. She's having a great time facilitating. I think she's doing really well facilitating on this team, and I'm really happy that she's on this team. She looks like she's playing with a lot of joy, and she looks like she's enjoying playing there. And honestly, if she had to leave the Mystics to go and enjoy playing, more power to her. I think having her run the point is really great for this team, and they look miles better than they did last year. So a win is a win in my book. Sophie Cunningham, y'all know I'm a fan, gave you 13 points. She's really doing a great job stretching the floor and defending well. Honorable mention to Kiki Herbert-Harrigan. She had a nice showing in the games that I saw her. I think she's hurt now. I think something about her ankle. Actually, that was Rebecca Allen. Never mind. But Kiki Herbert-Harrigan really looks great. Harrigan, my bad. Gotta finish reading the words before we say them. Anyways, but she had a nice showing, and I hope that she gets more minutes on this team. I enjoyed watching her play. Sunday, they played, not Sunday. Oh my gosh. I'm goofing bad. Tuesday, they played the Sun. I went back to rewatch the game because I didn't see it initially, because I'm pretty sure it was blacked out, which was annoying because some of the games for the Mercury, they were only playing on CBS, like, sports channel, and nobody has that mess. Like, bro, what am I paying for the league pass for? I can't watch the game. I have questions. I went back to watch the game after the first quarter. Like, that game I already knew was going to be hard to watch going into it. Like, they shot 1 of 27 from the 3-point line. After the first quarter, somebody asked the coach, Tibbetts, what adjustments he wanted from the team. He said no adjustments. I don't know what you want me to say there. He said, I like the shots we're getting. It was only the first quarter, but I have problems with that. Like, I like the shots we're getting. He wants them to rely on the three so badly. And I don't love that. Like, I'm starting to get concerned a little bit for the Mercury, because somebody actually asked me why the Mercury aren't looking that great this season. And I was like, I honestly kind of wasn't aware that they looked bad. I was kind of confused because at the time they had just won 3 games back to back. And I was like, I don't know what they mean. It was the slow start to the season. You know, sometimes it takes some time to get it kick started. They beat the Aces. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I went and watched this game, and I think I even watched that Atlanta Dream game. And if it wasn't for Collier Copper shooting mid-range shots and going to the rim, the game it's too reliant on threes, and you're already seeing that early on in the season. And I'm starting to wonder if this is because I'm not going to say he's a bad coach. I think I've seen some people say that he's a bad coach. I can't say that. I need a better sample size. But it's not starting off great. The commentators listed off his accomplishments and who he's coached for. He was the assistant coach on the Celtics. He has coached in the G League, I think they said, and some other places. And I don't know if this was the right fit for this team, per se. I can't say that it's not the right fit, but I think that saying, we look fine, I like the shots we're getting. Even in the first quarter, the shots they were getting weren't great. Like, the only reason that they were really even in it for real was because Dejanay Carrington, I think, wasn't shooting that well at the beginning. I might have the wrong game in my head. I might be thinking about a different game, so my apologies there, but why so reliant on threes? 1 of 27? At what point did you stop shooting threes? Because honestly, I had to cut it off at the second half because it was just embarrassing to watch. Like, I don't get it. And even like some of the shots were wide open. I don't know what that was about. It might have just been a fluke. I don't know. But I'm starting to kind of question the Phoenix, what the front offices like. I'm starting to wonder if maybe this is a Matt Ishbia issue and not really a Phoenix team's issue. Like, they picked a bad coach for the Suns, which I've discussed before. That was a terrible decision because Frank Vogel was a defensive-minded coach, and you just got 3 people. You just build a little super team off people who shoot. Their game is primarily around shooting. But you have a defensive-minded coach. And even here, it's like, yeah, he's coached in the G League and he's coached these other NBA teams. The WNBA isn't the NBA. Doesn't always mean the coaching style is going to translate from there to here. I don't think it's a wise idea to build the team off of the 3. Like, we've seen how that goes in the NBA. Like, I love the Warriors a lot. I think that they rely too heavily on threes. A lot of the times when they lose games is because they rely too heavily on threes. Sometimes you need to break the paint. There's no, like, you sometimes, like, and that was an adjustment that needed to be made in the first quarter. Like, sir, stay, get in the paint, drive to the basket, try to get some foul, just see some shots go in. Like, you only scored 47 points. You only scored 47 points that game? I don't know what we're doing. And I don't get it. I think Matt Ishbia might not have... I think that he came into this with, like, goals for these teams and how he wanted these teams to look. And I think the Mercury have a really great talent on this team, yeah. At the end of the day, live by the 3, die by the 3. And they were shot dead in the water that day. So... I'm going to need to see a little more. I mean, they played fine their last game, but I don't know. I'm going to need to see more from them. Anywho, we're in the home stretch. Vegas Aces played the Lynx Wednesday. That was the only game I watched from them. I'm really happy to see Kate Martin playing well. They had decent amount of turnovers that game. Lynx defense was phenomenal that game. Asia gave you 29 and 15. There's no answer for her. She shot 47%. I have 0 notes for her. Jackie gave you 19 points and 10 assists. I really love her facilitating. I really feel like she's getting into it. We do need to talk about that wave, though. Dyaisha Fair, and I hope I said her name right. If not, my apologies. She was waived at the beginning of this week, I think. Or the beginning of this week. And I think it's really unfortunate. At the same time, though, I think that Becky Hammon is a coach that knows exactly what she needs and when she needs it. And unfortunately, I think that this was just like one of those things where it's like, I think Chelsea Gray may be out longer than they were anticipating, and relying on Jackie Young to play like 38 minutes a night, 36, 32 minutes a night isn't gonna, that's going to be a lot of wear and tear on her body. And I don't think that would be a great way to start the season. So I think that they just are looking for somebody who can be a backup point guard. And that's why she got waived. Genuinely, it's really unfortunate. And I hope that she gets picked up sometime this season, or she ends up on the Valkyries team, or maybe on the Toronto team that next season, or maybe somebody picks her up at some point. But it's just really unfortunate. But I do think that was the reasoning behind that wave. I don't think it was because, I think she just doesn't really have time to be developing players right now. And I think that that's more so what the problem was. There was that, she just needed to develop more, and now wasn't really the time to be doing that, because this Aces team is championship or bust, because they're going for that three-peat. They need the right pieces right now so that they can mesh well, have chemistry, and go and compete for that third championship. And I just think that right now, Kate Martin just easily fits into that. She's buying into her role. She knows how to, and even Becky said this in an interview with A'ja Wilson, Kate Martin knows her role. She knows how to play with superstars. She knows how to pass the ball. And even Becky said that she didn't run any plays for Kate that night that they played on Wednesday. But I think she hit 3 threes that night. And she plays great defense, and she's meshing well with the group and everybody. They've really taken her in, and she definitely gives me Alicia Clark vibes. I think that's who her vet is. And if she's going to be 3-and-D and play well and give you great minutes like Alicia Clark, she's going to be in this league for a very long time. And I think it just came down to that of what can you do for me? And even Becky has said, people want to play, but it's prove to me why I should put you out on the floor. If you're not going to prove to me why you should be on the floor, then I'm not going to put you out there. And Kate has proven why she should be out on the floor, and she's been doing a very great job of it. Like I said, KP had a rough shooting night that night, but I think she's been helping facilitate well, and I think she's going to get it. Kelsey Plum, I think it just takes a little second for her to get it going a little bit, but she always finishes well around the rim. She's an excellent shooter. I'm not worried about her. Aces are great. They're fine. They're going for that three-peat. They want to win, and I'm excited for them because that's my team. Aces, I know y'all aren't looking for people to hire, but if you are, I'm available. Anyways, Dallas Wings were in the home stretch. They played the Mercury on Saturday. Rickea gave you 40, shot 58% from 3. I have no notes. Last week I had notes. I don't have notes. Monique Billings, y'all know this is a Monique Billings fan account. Monique Billings gave you 18 and 8, and I will never understand the Sparks waiving her. I really won't. Maybe she just didn't fit in with the play style this season. I don't know, but she's been really great for this team with the 3 people they have out and are injured, and I really like what I'm seeing from her. JC Sheldon gave you good minutes off the bench. high energy, like I've said. She even hit some threes the other night, which I was really happy for her. Congrats to her. I'm glad that she's, getting minutes as a rookie. Like, she definitely gives me 3-and-D mentality, and I'm liking seeing her on the floor. Maddie Siegrist had a really great game that night. Y'all know I love me some Maddie Siegrist, so seeing her playing well that night and even playing well, I think, late in the game for the Sparks as well. But that night, she gave you 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. She was 10 of 16, shooting 62.5%. I love this team winning. And like I said, I'm really enjoying them play. They've won 3 games so far, and it's just been fun. They're sitting at 7 across the league. So, they're middle of the pack. And I think they could definitely, they get a couple more wins under their belt. I think that they're gonna be a really great team to watch this year. On Sunday, they played the Sparks. My favorite move from the guards, Rickea be hitting it with, it's like the little, like, they run, they do like the little hop and then start driving towards the basket. That's like one of my favorite moves that some of the guards do. Kelsey Plum is definitely somebody that I've noticed do it a lot, but Rickea did it. And, Rickea be hitting crazy shots, and like, I just enjoy watching her play. And if there are men out there who are not interested in the WNBA or think that it's like a talentless league or whatever, which is actually ridiculous. If you need somebody to watch that is going to give you a lot of points and is going to play like an NBA player does, Rickea Agumbawale that's your girl to watch. Go watch a Dallas Wings game and then get back to me about the WNBA being talentless. Anyways, she played really great, like I said. Sev Uzin, y'all know I love me some Sev Uzin. Ball pusher. I love it. I saw that pass to the post to Tiara McCowan, or was that Kalani Brown? I don't really remember. Was it Kalani Brown? I don't remember who it was to, but I think it was to Tiara McCowan. I could be wrong though, so don't quote me. But she did like a little behind the head pass, put a little spin on it, which was crazy because I thought she was going like to back. I thought she was going to like, back down the defenders or something. She had 2 defenders on her. And when she went to pass it, I thought she was going to pass like in front of her to the person who was on the wing. But she went behind the head, and then they caught it and put an easy layup. I was like, this is crazy. Like, what? Sev Uzin, y'all need to watch out. She's been a pro playing in Turkey since she was 16. I told y'all I like that girl. She got it. Like I said a couple minutes ago, I love the aggression from Siegrist in the fourth quarter. This was just a really great win for them against the Sparks. The Atlanta Dream, I watched the game against the Mystics last night. I don't know what there is to say about this team, honestly. Like, I mean, like, they don't look terrible. Like, they've won 3 games. There's just like something missing. I don't really know what it is, but they have a lot of talent on the team. They just don't look cohesive. I don't really know. Like, I don't know what it is. But like at the same time, I'm like, that could just be like Atlanta teams, bro. Like, maybe when Jordan Canada comes in and can play, it'll look a little bit different. I like Haley Jones playing the point. I actually ended up watching like her do like an interview during like one of the timeouts when I was watching the game. And she seems so fun. Like, I like her personality. And I think if she just gets like a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end, like, I know that it's her job to facilitate playing the point, but at the same time, like, I do think that she just needs a little more scoring. But I mean, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Tina Charles, like, you have like really great caliber players on this team, but it's like sometimes they just look a little sloppy. And it's like, I was watching the game they had against the Mercury like last week or something, And Ryan Howard was playing really well. And then it was like Kahleah Copper started playing a little more defense on her. And she just stopped shooting, or like she stopped kind of being really aggressive. I think Aerial Powers played well in that Mystics game, which is nice because I think you've been needing like her to find her rhythm and for her shot to start falling, which again is really great. I don't know what it is about this Atlanta Dream team, but I don't know. I need to watch them. I need to start watching them a little bit more so I can put my finger on it and get back to you guys with that. New York Liberty, they played the Mercury on Wednesday. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch any of the New York Liberty games this week. No shade to New York Liberty, because here's the thing. I like the pieces that they have, but I don't believe that they're really a team. I made a TikTok about this the other day, and a lot of people agree with me. Last season, for the finals, when they went to the finals, it was like the end. It was like the end. It was the last game. Aces were down 2 starters. What's that girl's name? Sabrina Ionescu was just got done throwing up on the sidelines, mind you. Didn't rinse her mouth, no nothing. She just got back, threw up, got back on the court. Okay. Breanna, Stewart, and Sabrina had not really shown up to the level that I think people were expecting them to, which sometimes you just don't play well, which is fine. Like, no shade to them. I like both of them. I think they're both exceptional talent. It was like they lost the game. Vandersloot got the ball at the end to hit a 3 and to possibly, make this a real playoff scenario. And she didn't hit it, which wasn't surprising because the shot hadn't been falling the entirety of that time of that series. And at the end of it, the Aces won. They got their trophies and stuff. And Holly Rowe came up to Kelsey and was like, hey, like, do you have a message? Do you have anything to say? And she was just like, yeah, you can't put a team together in the offseason and expect to win, basically, paraphrased what she said. And she wasn't wrong there. Like, I think she ended up saying something about like, like they don't love each other. Like they're not like that for real. And the Aces, they're always in each other's Instagram comments. They even like, I'm putting the picture on the screen. Kelsey Plum had like she has a cigar, like signature cigar line or something that she released and had like a party the other day. A lot of the teammates and stuff were at that party. Like, they hang out and they're always together. They go to different events together. You even saw like for the NCAA championship game, like they were all there. Like they hung out, Jackie and Kelsey and Asia. And when I look at this New York Liberty team, like I don't see that. Like I don't like, and they're just trying to force it on me. Like Holly Rowe be sitting over there talking about like, and all the commentators do it. I've noticed when I watch their games, they're talking about, oh, they spend so much time together and they really made it a point to hang out and they have a book club and they're reading this book. And after every game they go and they like talk about each other and they do like a little group interview at the end of the game. And I just don't know why are you forcing this on me? Like they just don't look like they're having fun. Like I don't see them like enjoying the game. Like the games that they've played and sometimes it's close, but sometimes it's not. Like sometimes they don't look great. That first game of the season, they looked horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on with that team, but it doesn't look like it's that much fun. Like I don't know if I believe it. And the thing is that we need to believe it. As fans, we need to believe the chemistry. We need to believe that y'all like each other and y'all be rubbing elbows and y'all just can't live without each other. We need to believe that. And you can see that with a lot of these top-rated teams. And even the teams that are losing together look like they're having fun together. Like they're like, okay, well, at least we're here. We're playing basketball. We're having a good time. Sometimes I look at this New York Liberty team and they look miserable. They look sad. They look depleted. I don't know. But I ain't watched none of their games. I'm going to tighten up, though, next week. Like I said, I just couldn't do it today. But I just couldn't do it this week. But I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. I know this episode was a little long. I hope it was entertaining. If not, I'm sorry. We'll try again next week. Damn. I was trying to be energetic and lively, but I'm kind of sleepy, guys. I'm so sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If not, I'm sorry. I'll do better next week. Sigh. I care about you guys, though. So thank you so much for watching. If you did, I really appreciate it. Listening. If you did, again, I'm sorry if this episode was boring. But yeah, I'm going to see you guys next week. Bye.